Welcome everyone. I'm Zephy Davy and this is my channel and we're here to do the energy of the week. But this week is a very special week because I have my actually awesome women and wise women. I like to call them awesome because they are my wise women from Ancient Healing Academy. And Ancient Healing Academy is a school that I talked to you about a couple videos ago. But the most important thing that I wanted to talk to you about is that last week I made a mistake and instead of full moon, I said new moon, and I need to apologize for that. But this is a very special energy of the week because we are going to this, I don't know how to explain it. Last week it was about intuition, but this week it feels even more intense and really more of us really bringing things together, because what we're learning is that the stuff that we have learned the previous months, now we have to put it into action. So I'm going to ask each of the ladies as I introduce them if they actually felt that or what they felt on their own time for this new week. So Susan, what do you think about this energy of the week?
Well, yesterday was very interesting because it was a full moon, it was a blue moon, but it didn't feel like a full moon. There was a stillness to it. It was almost like an ominous stillness, and other people were sensing it and feeling it as well. So I was almost like, I wonder what is going to happen after this full moon. But today it felt extremely magical, like whatever was waiting in the wings to be born. It feels like today, I could not have asked for more magic today. So I was very happy to be back in the flow and in the magic of things today. So well, I agree with you, Debbie. Yeah.
You agree? Yeah, we have 2 more weeks from the new moon. You know, the action of it is 2 weeks. Let's see what's going to happen in the next 2 weeks. But let's ask Suzanne. Suzanne, what do you think the energy of this week? What have you been feeling? Okay, we lost Suzanne for a minute.
Well, I woke up in the am I there?
Yeah,
am I there?
Back on.
Okay, sorry, my connection's a little unstable. So I woke up in the middle of the night and I had a vivid dream, as most people do during this time. And the word vow came to me, how we need to take a vow to ourselves. And I got up and yeah, that stuck with me all day about taking vows. We take vows when we're married or we commit to a sacred union. I think that's what came through for me. It's a time to take a sacred vow into where we're moving.
And I think it's also taking a sacred vow for ourselves, you know, the union with ourselves, like the male and female within our bodies, just because we're moving so quick, you know. I mean, the energy, a lot of people are not agreeing, but the energy is moving so quick. I don't think we can actually, you know, hold it together. And the only way we can hold it together is about balancing our sacred union and vow and take a vow for ourselves, you know, and commit to ourselves. And I think that's the stillness that Susan is talking about also yesterday, and the new birth that we're probably going to see in the next couple of weeks. So now I'm going to ask Kathy. Kathy, what do you think?
So this weekend, this energy has been feeling very much like anxious anticipation. Like there's this energy of convergence. Like there's so much happening in the planets right now with, you know, Jupiter and Pluto and Capricorn and Mercury going direct. And so I just feel like, and then this earthquake that you're, you know, and there's a rumbling, there's an energy, there's this sort of eruption that is sort of happening. And then that stillness, I relate to that too. It's like you're in the eye of the storm or that hurricane, you know? So I feel that kind of energy. So there's a lot of intensity right now for me.
I agree with you. And of course, you know, we had the earthquake in Greece, and also we've been having the elections in America, and there's just all this uneasiness, but also for us to stay within uneasiness and understand it and feeling that we have to be committed, because there's no way we can just, you know, keep moving in this rambling, because it's going to affect us energetically. Yeah. Don't you agree, Susan?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, once again, it's stay under the radar. Don't get caught up into the intensity and the frenzy and the chaotic craziness of it. I love the vow, like I vow to myself, and that gives you a very internal focus.
No, I agree. And three of you really said the right words for this energy of the week, because we all four of us are in different parts of the world right now, and we're feeling it. And I think what's happening is every single person out there is feeling it, not just being an American or being somewhere else. I think every single person is feeling that. And the elections actually will affect a lot of the countries, and a lot of the countries are talking about it. I have friends in Hong Kong, and they're asking me, what are you voting? And I have friends in Italy, and what are you doing? And every single person is asking, because they believe America is a big thing for the planet. It just shows what America is about, and I'm getting chills as I'm talking about that. So, and staying under the radar is a very good choice, but we have to really sit still, because what we hear out there, we get into it, and we need not to be into it. We need to actually stay under the radar, in a sense, not to hide, but to stay under the radar and do our spiritual work. And whatever we learned a few months ago about ourselves is actually, we need to put it into practice now, because we need that grounding energy, and that energy for us to go forward. So Suzanne, do you have anything else to add?
Well, while you were talking about that energy, I saw the world as a human figure, and if one limb gets cut off, and how it affects the rest of the body. That was the visual I had through that conversation you just had with the audience, and that's what we're waiting for. We're waiting to see: are we cutting off a leg, or are we going to stitch it all back together and make it whole?
Yeah. Kathy, what do you think?
Yeah, I think something that Susan said really registered this idea of like finding yourself in the middle of all of this intensity, and how do you stay deeply connected to your grounding, yourself, and sort of find your way through without being completely swept away by it. So that really resonated with me as well.
Yeah, I agree. And Suzanne, I have something to tell you. I've been, last weekend, I was in a very special place, but what I was taught in that place, I went to a seminar, and it was very powerful. And what I was taught is that when the world is actually connected to our spine, the whole world represents us, And what they were saying is, as the pole shifted, thousands of years ago, 25,000 years ago, what happened is the pole went upside down. So instead of our first chakra connecting to the crown chakra of the world, it actually went upside down. So it's the first chakra and the first chakra of the world is connected, which feels that uneasiness about our ancestors. And it was a very powerful teachings that I got last weekend, because think about it, like you connected to the first chakra of the humans and the first chakra of the earth, not the crown chakra of the earth. So what is the first chakra? Is ancestors, correct? Is ancient wisdom, is trying to come up and rambling and changing. And as of course Susan knows, the giants, correct? That the giants are really alive on that. So Susan, do you have anything to add on that?
Well, I was right in there with you.
I know.
I'll share with you afterwards, but I got the same type of information yesterday when I was walking with the runes. So we'll have to share how similar that information was.
Yeah, and maybe we can come back with another energy of the week and be ready to share with all of you, because there's so much is coming up right now that we were trying to put it into words. And for me, sometimes it's very difficult to put it in the words because I feel it in my core. And now, sometimes we'll be able to, after we discuss it with the girls, then maybe we can come back and let you know all this new wisdom that we have kind of has come down with us and into our being. So I just want to say, stay open to the energy, stay open to your intuition, but actually be grounded within yourself, because what's going on around you, it should not affect you if you follow your intuitive self and also your grounding. So girls, any last words for the energy of the week?
It was a pleasure.
It was terrific.
Yeah.
Thank you, Zeffie.
Mhm.
Namaste. Thank you for
Mhm.
watching us. We'll see you next week.